Hey everybody, KC here. So People's United Bank has started sending emails to its consumer customers, basically saying that all the branches that they have operating in Stop and Shop locations in Connecticut, New York are going to be shut down. Not all at once and not immediately, but over a period of time, they're just going to phase these out. And basically what they're saying, it sounds like if you read, the lines and in between the lines, is that these locations have basically become kind of irrelevant to their operations. What they say is, although the Stop and Shop relationship has provided meaningful value to the bank and our customers over the years, customer banking preferences have evolved. This is going to allow us to further invest in our digital capabilities and strengthen our traditional branch network. It'll be interesting to see if, when they say strengthen their traditional branch network, does that mean they're going to somehow try to figure out how to transform them to make them more relevant to consumers? I mean, around here, we were big fans of what Capital One was testing out in terms of doing these cafes where basically they combined a branch with a Pete's coffee shop, basically trying to create a location that was much more user-friendly and would have create a different kind of relationship with the customer. I suspect that those coffee shops probably have not been as successful over the past 10 months as they might have expected. But quite frankly, any physical locations have sort of been, have not seen the kind of traffic they would have seen otherwise. But I think that the long-term prospects for that kind of development are very, very strong. It's really interesting when you think about the degree to which traditional banks are being disintermediated out of the customer relationship. I was buying something the other day, and I basically said to the vendor, do you want me to I'll give you my credit card number. He goes, no, just Venmo me. Basically, disintermediating the banks that have credit cards right out of the relationship. And, Venmo, who owns Venmo? PayPal, who owns PayPal? eBay. Last I checked, eBay is not a financial institution, and yet they're getting a piece of a transaction that banks traditionally would have gotten. This is a great lesson for basically every retailer. There's always going to be competitors there that are going to try and figure ways to disintermediate you from the customer relationship that you may have, which is one of the reasons that it's critically important, wherever possible, to own that relationship, to do everything you can to create greater intimacy with the customer, not greater distance. Because if you don't do that, you're basically throwing the door open and saying to the customer, you can go elsewhere if you want. It doesn't really matter much to us. Well, somebody's going to come along and who's going to look at the customer and say, you matter more to us than you matter to them. Stick with us. And when that conversation takes place, well, the odds are pretty good that you've already lost. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.